Also to all military and security personnel who are tirelessly protecting fellow Nigerians from insurgency and banditry while maintaining peace and order. Nigerians are proud of Abayomi Dairo and all our gallant men and women in uniform for sacrificing so much to keep us safe. We admire your courage and we say thank you. God bless the armed forces. God bless Nigeria. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
The NOA, for example, has succeeded a great deal in sensitization during the pandemic, and we have found the community mobilization officers most effective in the sensitization and in the advocacy campaigns, creating awareness on the coronavirus pandemic. We have done this through the production of jingles.
President Buhari returns to Abuja after medical vacation in the United Kingdom.
Is highly commendable, and yet again, this is an occasion to recognize and to applaud Nigeria.
World Health Organization ranks Nigeria's COVID-19 response fourth best in the world as Nigerian High Commission in London shut down operations over cases among officials.
Is diligently followed and implemented.
Also tonight, federal government unveils planned variety protection guidelines. Hello and thanks for joining me, Jummai Yusuf, on NTA Network News. We are live in Abuja. Adeola Kamiakere is in Lagos. Thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari is back in Abuja after his medical vacation in the United Kingdom. State House correspondent Adam Musambo reports.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who undertook a medical checkup after the last Global Education Summit in the British capital, arrived Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, at 6:15 Friday evening. On hand to receive the Nigerian leader were the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, Minister of the FCT, Muhammad Musa Bello, and the National Security Advisor, Babagana Munguno. Others were the service chiefs led by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Laki Irabu, Inspector General of Police, Usman Al-Kali Baba, Director General, Department of State Services, Yusuf Magaji Bichi, and other senior government officials. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, spoke to NTA News on President Buhari's medical condition.
We had earlier announced it that there was nothing to worry about, that it was just routine. So he's back. But like the Yorubas will say, and I believe the other parts of the country also have that saying, that there is no small journey. Any journey you embark on and you come back, you should thank God for it. So we are glad that he's back.
So the president is okay?
I believe so. You know that we human beings, everyone, there's nobody that is 100% okay. But I think the president is fit. Fit enough to lead the country, fit enough to govern, and we should be glad that we have him back.
So what will Nigerians expect from him going forward?
I believe good things are happening. Security that was like the big elephant in the room is showing signs that this will soon be over. So Nigerians should expect that the security challenges will be completely surmounted very soon. And of course, infrastructure. A lot is going on in infrastructure. Nigerians can expect that the tempo will be further revved up. And in different spheres of national life, a lot of good things are happening. The administration coasts home in less than 2 years, and I believe that the remaining time for the administration will be spent optimally, maximally, to touch the lives of Nigerians positively.
So what will the president be expecting from Nigerians in the remaining time?
Prayer, support, cooperation, best wishes.
President Muhammadu Buhari left Nigeria for the London Global Education Summit on the 26th of last month and began his medical vacation on the 31st. In Abuja, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian High Commission in London has closed its services for 10 days to cut further spread of COVID-19 among officials working at the embassy. In a statement by the High Commission in London, some staff have tested positive for the virus, which necessitated the action in line with prevention protocols. The High Commission asks for more understanding and cooperation by those affected by the action. And on a cheering note, the World Health Organization, WHO, has ranked Nigeria's COVID-19 response as the 4th best in the world. WHO country representative Dr. Walter Mulombo disclosed this at an event on the arrival of the first consignment of 177,600 doses of the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine in Abuja. Olishe Adegbo reports.
Nigeria takes delivery of 177,600 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine Thursday, part of the 29,850,000 doses procured by the federal government from the African Union, which will be arriving in the country in batches. The World Health Organization described the feat as another landmark event in Nigeria's response to the coronavirus pandemic.
Has been widely acclaimed by many as one of the most successful so far in the world. And Nigeria was ranked 4th among the top 10 most effective response to COVID-19. Nigeria preparation for the second phase of COVID-19 vaccination, involving more resources and logistics, is highly commendable. And yet again, this is an occasion to recognize and to applaud Nigeria.
The WHO country representative says the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is highly effective against the COVID-19 and its Delta variant. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
To other news now, President Muhammadu Buhari has assured Nigerians that government's responses to insecurity will remain strong towards enhancing the security of lives and property across the country. This was contained in a message to the graduates of the National Defense College, Course 99 in Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
This brief but symbolic ceremony adds valuable credentials to the files of these officers. They are now fellows of the prestigious National Defense College after 11 months of intensive moments as participants of Course 29.
The broad study theme for Course 29 was the 4th Industrial Revolution and National Development in Nigeria.
The Apex Military Training Institution in Nigeria, established in 1992, is mandated to prepare senior military and civilian officers for operational and strategic level responsibilities at national and international environments.
The training they had, we have no doubt that they will excel if deployed either in the theater of war or anywhere.
96 participants from the military, paramilitary, civilian strategic organizations and 14 international participants were conferred with a fellow of National Defense College.
Delved into the aspect of cyber warfare in order to ensure that my research and contribution will be geared towards the development of cyber warfare for the Nigerian Navy.
Nigerians should expect greater intelligence gathering to move Nigeria forward for Nigeria to be secured. Director
Hannatu Dangana, an assistant director from the Defense Intelligence Agency, is the only female participant in the National Defense College Course 29, 2021. Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Now, the Nigerian Army is alive to its responsibility of combating threats to national security through sustained offensive against criminal elements terrorizing parts of the country. Chief of the Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, restated this at the battle simulation of Exercise Camp Highland for Army cadets of 68 regular corps of the Nigerian Defense Academy. Suleiman Abdullahi Digachukwu tells us more.
68 regular cadets Army of the Nigerian Defense Academy in a practical display of talent on ground and air operations. A final military training codenamed Battle Inoculation of Exercise Camp Highland. This is coming after the cadets' 5-year field and academic training in the Nigerian Defense Academy.
82 cadets out of the 128 cadets of 68 regular course successfully completed the airborne course and are winged.
Chief of the Army Staff acknowledges the quality of training accorded to the cadets, promising that the Nigerian Army will support the academy with 6 gun trucks and highly dedicated personnel.
Today, our dear country is faced with numerous security challenges ranging from banditry, kidnapping, militancy, and violent agitation, among others. The Nigerian Army is alive to its constitutional responsibilities in combating the mentioned threats to internal peace and security. Of course, in collaboration with other sister services and other security agencies.
The cadets are scheduled to be commissioned into the Nigerian Armed Forces on the 9th of October this year. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachko, NTA News.
And to unlock potentials and create a community that promotes innovation using information communication technology, ICT, Kaduna State Government, in collaboration with the Bank of Industry and its technical partners, has inaugurated the Kaduna Innovation and Technology Hub, KADA Hive. Haruna Mohammed reports.
Graphic designing, content development, programming and robotics are among services ready to be tapped by the teeming youth and women in Kaduna State with the establishment of this hub. Deputy Governor Hadiza Balarabe says this will make Kaduna State a leading ICT hub in Nigeria and in turn enhance economic and social development.
As a government, we are desirous of creating favorable business climates that promote growth for businesses across the spectrum of the economy. Along with other initiatives of the government, the hub will serve as an enabler in making ICT entrepreneurs tap into the huge potentials of the global digital economy.
The initiative is in line with the President Buhari's commitment of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty, a drive the BOI says it will continue to partner private and government agencies to achieve.
We believe from this you will be able to create ideas, you will be able to create innovation that will lead to the creation of entrepreneurs. We have done this in Lagos, we have done a similar thing in Bayelsa, we are doing one in Kebbi. So we're at least 5 locations so far, and we are going to do 4 more before the end of this year.
The idea of the hub is to ensure that we can improve the technology adoption across the states and to also provide the skill sets that people that are technology-related businesses, we give them the skills that they need to actually get their jobs done.
The Kaduna State Innovation and Technology Hub is designed to build capacity of youth, promote business, and create an innovation-driven community. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Bauchi State Government has concluded arrangements for the establishment of additional 177 new primary healthcare facilities across the state. Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad reports that the development will bring to total the number of primary healthcare facilities to 500 in the state.
As we remain focused on maximizing impact, let's see more integration in every place where it makes sense.
Moving to polio, we can't thank you enough for all you did with the state teams to rid Nigeria of wild polio.
When you have the human resources, then they can do the work, even if you have, infrastructure that is not up to standard.
Determined to strengthen quality healthcare services across the 323 wards of Bauchi State, these development partners are putting resources together with Bauchi State Government for the 3rd time in a memorandum of understanding for a 5-year minimum service package investment plan in Bauchi State's basic healthcare sector. Having signed the partnership documents during this year's primary healthcare MOU review meeting with development partners, Governor Bala Mohammed says his administration has also reintroduced the pre-service scheme for healthcare professionals in training to ensure continuous availability of frontline health workers.
We will strengthen implementation across additional 229 health facilities
upon approval of the MSP by the State Executive Council.
24 doctors were recently employed, while preparations are at advanced stage for the employment of nurses, midwives, and other healthcare professionals.
The minimum service package investment plan is a strategy for a sustained financing of the primary healthcare sector. In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
Out of the 24 persons who consumed the meal cooked with a fertilizer type known as Gishirin Lalle in Hausa at Danzake village in Isa local government in Sokoto State, only 2 have survived. Sokoto State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Muhammad Ali Iname, stated this while giving update on the tragedy that happened in the village. Shehu Muhammad Datti completes the report.
The tragic incident happened recently at Danzanke village of Isa local government area, where 22 persons from one household lost their lives after consumption of a meal mistakenly cooked with fertilizer type known as Gishiri Lalle in Hausa in place of salt. State Commissioner of Health Dr. Muhammad Ali Enname said Sokoto State government is shocked to receive the news of such tragedy, saying program aimed at sensitizing the populace on dangers of such poisonous commodities will be held.
It's a sad event to use this opportunity to call on people to desist from mixing this such cosmetics and other material like fertilizer and other things with their foodstuff.
While on condolence visit to the relatives of the deceased and people of Danzanke village of Isa local government, Governor Aminu Waziri Tambol, represented by his deputy, prayed Allah to forgive the deceased and the relatives the fortitude to bear the loss. The governor also urged people in the area to continue to give useful information to the security agencies in the interest of bringing an end to banditry and cattle rustling in the area. In Sokoto, Shehu Muhammad Datti, NTA News.
Unique relationship between OPEC and non-OPEC countries yielding positive results in global oil venture irrespective of restrictions occasioned by Delta variant of the coronavirus. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for this? Let me hear you, AJ. Ready for this? Give me some bass. Just one. That good for you? Just one more. Just one. Nice, AJ. Just one more. Just one. Bring it out. Just one more. Just one more. Double it. Just one more. Just one more. Just one more. I was born hungry for success. It's the Nigerian way. Glow gets it. Champions stay hungry. Oh yeah. Glow gets it big time.
Hit the big time with 22 times bonus on every recharge. Dial *777#. It's a knockout.
ABWAD, which NUC describes as a pride of tertiary education in Nigeria, is inviting applicants to its 2021-2022 post-UTME admission screening exercise, which takes place online from the 16th to 22nd August 2021, 24 hours daily. Applicants are to access the website admissions.abwad.edu.ng and follow the step-by-step guide to process the application and write the post-UTME screening test. Those who fill application forms manually should scan and forward them to the email post-UTME screening test at abwad.edu.ng. The form should come with a valid email and a telephone number of the applicant. For further information, please call 081-277-2121 or 080-344-02771. ABWAD, a vision in action.
I did look for a pension fund administrator. We're soft. Make sense, we care for me, shy. No be the type when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh no. The brand is sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. You no go regret when you try, of course. Profitable investment, everything is just a blend. If you know what's good for you, my guy, make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Dear Nigerians, as we take steps to control and stop the spread of COVID-19 pandemic in the country, let us take note of some important information. Avoid self-medication of any kind. Do not abuse drugs in the quest for the prevention and or treatment of COVID-19. Always consult a medical practitioner or visit an approved COVID-19 test center in case of contact or suspicion of contact with a confirmed COVID-19 positive case. At all times, follow all COVID-19 protocols as announced by the Presidential Steering Committee for COVID-19 and the National Center for Disease Control, NCDC. Stop COVID-19, not your health.
This is a public enlightenment campaign from the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDA.
Take this, Mom. You will need it.
My dog is craving something. I wonder what it is. Twisco. That's my favorite.
Twisco chocolate drink powder is a unique blend of cocoa, milk, and malt fortified with Enofort, a special blend of vitamins and minerals that helps give kids the vitality they need for an action-packed day.
Mommy, let's
Twisco, power your dream.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple.
Ahmed Yakubu Foundation, AYF, wish to invite eminent Nigerians and illustrious sons and daughters of Kogi State, home and abroad, to the maiden lecture of the Eje Ahmed Yakubu Foundation. Book launch on the great dynasty of Atiele, Omaidoko of Ikala Kingdom. Biography on the person and leadership of late Eje Ahmed Yakubu Adaji by Musa Abdul Karim Idoko. Date 14th August 2021. Time 10 a.m. Venue Bornu Hall, Transco Hilton Hotel, Abuja. Under the distinguished chairmanship of His Excellency Alhaji Ibrahim Shehu Shema Atauja Angpa. Special guest of honor His Excellency Alhaji Yahya Adozabelo, the Executive Governor of Kogi State. Father of the Day His Eminence Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar, the Sultan of Sokoto. Chief Launcher Dr. Innocent Izuma, the Olimene Eje Angpa, Chairman Etazuma Group of Companies. Guest lecturer and book reviewer Professor Muhammad Suleiman Audu, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Federal University Lokoja. Alhaji Yusuf Ahmed Yakubu for the foundation and family.
Welcome back. The OPEC Secretary General Sanusi Barkindo says the unique relationship between OPEC and non-OPEC countries is yielding positive results, leading to improvement in global oil demand, despite new restrictions being imposed by some oil-producing countries as a result of the Delta variant of the coronavirus. Barkindo was speaking during a visit to the management of NTA. Benny Adams tells us more.
It is a private visit which held behind closed doors. But with NTA ever ready to scoop news at every second, our camera lens did not miss any opportunity to capture available moments. From the Office of the Director General, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, to that of the Executive Director News, Mohamed Labo. Our efforts finally yielded results with an exclusive where issues on the global oil market were revealed.
We continue to march forward together with our friends in the non-OPEC, and today you can see the market is in a much better shape than it was last year due to the joint noble efforts of both OPEC as well as the non-OPEC countries in the declaration of cooperation.
Sanusi Barkindo acknowledged OPEC and Nigeria's commitment to the universal values of international cooperation, dialogue, sustainable development, and working towards oil price stability. Benny Adams, NTA News.
The federal government has unveiled plant variety protection guidelines aimed at protecting the country's seed industry. This means that no country or individual is permitted to copy or adopt Nigeria's seed innovation without approval. Musa Baba Aliu has the details.
Seed cultivation involves research and introduction of innovation that will improve quality and yield of a desired crop. Nigeria is said to be ahead of most African countries in seed production, and that is why government is out to protect and secure the intellectual property against intruders.
This Seed Protection Act is diligently followed and implemented, and on a regular basis we should engage all the stakeholders in this business.
The benefit of this to rural farmers include increase in income and creation of more and better varieties for farmers.
We begin to witness efficient land use and reduced food costs as a result of the increased productivity from cultivated hectares across the country.
The National Agricultural Seed Council is empowered under the Plant Variety Protection Act 2021 to ensure implementation and bring violators to justice. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Now, more than 1,667 digital economy centers have been established across the country and 16 policies developed to support the initiative. The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Isa Ali Fantami, made this known at the Batch 11 virtual inauguration of 7 digital economy projects, while stressing that the centers align with the federal government's key objectives of improving security, reducing corruption, and expanding the economy. Fantami said the goal is to bridge the digital divide and promote innovative solutions that will address challenges facing the country.
667 is the minimum, but we have more than that. In this 7, you will discover that there is a minimum of at least a project in each geopolitical zone of this country. And most of the projects, you will discover that they are in each and every state of the Federation, including FCT. This commissioning is only part of accountability and transparency of the responsibility given to us.
This is really touching the lives of our citizens, and this is making the digital economy to become the fastest growing economy in the country.
ICT correspondent Joseph Johnson reports that the minister encouraged the host communities of the projects provided by the federal government through NIDA and NCC to maximally utilize the facilities and support the quest to build a digital Nigeria. The Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate's mop-up verification exercise for pensioners of all federal funded parastatals, agencies and institutes under the Defined Benefit Scheme, DBS, will commence in the southeast geopolitical zone of the country from Tuesday, the 17th August 2021 at the following centers from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. In Enugu, it will take place from the 17th through the 21st July 2021. At Destiny Event Center, number 45C, Nza Street by New Haven Link Road, Independence Layout, Enugu. The exercise will take place in Umuahia from the 17th through the 21st of August 2021 at International Conference Center, Umuahia Secretariat Road, Ogurube Layout, Umuahia. Pensioners are to come with the original and photocopies of all their career documents, bank statements, BVN slip with photo and valid means of identification. The mop-up exercise is scheduled for the pensioners that missed the last exercise conducted in 2019. Motorists and commuters have again been reminded to adhere strictly to traffic rules while on the road to guide against road crashes, especially this raining season. This was the message from key stakeholders in road safety management at an enlightenment campaign session in Oyo by the Federal Road Safety Officers in collaboration with the Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Justice. Emir Diong Umo reports.
Safety
Safety on the roads is a shared responsibility that involves the participation of every individual. Hence, the need to educate road users on the proper use of roads and adherence to traffic rules. As the rains intensifies, motorists and pedestrians are advised to ensure proper use of the roads by ensuring their vehicles are in good condition to eliminate road accidents.
The rules and regulations guiding the road, what they must not do, what constitutes infractions, what can lead to any form of unfortunate occurrence on the road.
Overspeeding is very, very bad. In this rainy season,
to ensure proper adherence to traffic rules, NYSC Road Safety Corps members illustrated the dangers and causes of traffic jam.
I asked them to stop, they refuse. They want to kill us. We don't need to fight on the way. We need just to settle a problem when it comes to traffic, to clear a traffic jam.
The Enlightenment Campaign and Workshop Program held by Federal Road Safety Corps has as its theme, Road Safety, a Shared Responsibility.
Network News continues in Lagos with Adiola. Hello, Adiola.
So, Jummai, the federal government, beg your pardon, has reopened a co-bridge in Lagos to traffic after completing repair works on some expansion joints on the Alaka-Costain section of the road. Adeniyi Taiwo brings us an update.
After about 10 weeks of closure to ensure necessary repair, traffic from Lagos Island to mainland is flowing freely as Lagosians test the strength of the newly repaired bridge.
Many Lagosians appeared to have been caught unawares by the reopening of the bridge early Friday morning, as some of them had to be redirected by a flagman posted at the foot of the bridge. Fab Agukwe was under a co-bridge at Costain, seeking shelter from the rain when I gave him the good news that the bridge has been reopened. His joy at the news stemmed from what he described as man-hour losses suffered while the closure lasted.
Time is something for me. So for me to waste something that I can move within 1 hour and then spend 3 hours on it, you know what it means. So definitely affected me badly. But if it's open today, I'm very, very happy to make us to be, the movement to be very, very easy. Yeah.
Then I came down, at Joda Lokba and trekked down on top of the bridge to Costain after spending over 2 hours in the traffic. So opening it again, I think it's a very welcome idea, thank God.
Thanking the motoring public, Federal Controller of Works in Lagos State, Olukayode Popola, announcing the reopening, said further repairs would not require any closure. The co-bridge was closed on June 4, 2021, with a 10-week timeline to effect repairs on expansion joints along the Alaka-Costain section of the bridge. Meanwhile, attention has now turned to the Bond section of Airport Road flyover, with traffic diversion set to begin on Friday, August 13, 2021. In Lagos, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
Let's now turn our attention to health. MTN, Nigeria's foremost telecommunication company, has broken new grounds in the nation's health sector with the presentation of an oligo synthesizer machine to the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research, NEMA. Lynn Leneke witnessed the formal presentation by the MTN Foundation in Lagos.
This place commission.
As simple as the ceremony appears, it is a new dawn for the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research, placing the country on the global map for fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Oligosynthetizer, courtesy MTN, is an equipment capable of making short synthetic copies of genetic materials.
We put Nigerian researchers in the forefront of experimental vaccine, diagnostics, and drugs development. These advancements will help to continue the groundbreaking research that Nigeria needs.
We have been able to intervene with appreciable results in the areas of education, of health, of economic empowerment, and also special area interventions.
Minister of State for Health commended the collaboration and explained that the equipment will bring a paradigm shift to public health response, research, and development in the country.
Our gathering
here today is a testimony to our desire not to be left behind in the global resolve to confront the situation at hand, which is fighting the COVID-19 pandemic.
MTN Foundation says, with oligosensitizer now in Nigeria, scientific inventions will be improved on.
We believe that through the oligosynthesizer, even education will be elevated because the quality of research will be strengthened. We believe that the economy will benefit because new value chains will be stimulated.
This is probably the only equipment that we have that can do what it does in Nigeria, but even on the West Coast. So I will not be surprised if they start getting orders from other countries across West Africa.
MTN Foundation remains committed to improving both the lives of individuals and well-being of communities. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
It's time to go on another break. The network news will continue thereafter. Please stay with us.
Hands, whether they belong to the young or old, Christian or Muslim, no matter who you are, your hands are powerful. To stop the spread of COVID-19. H. Have your hands washed or sanitized frequently. A. Always cough or sneeze into your elbow. N. No going out without a face mask. D. Distance of at least 2 arms length should be maintained. S. Stay indoors and self-isolate if you feel sick. Hands.
Turn up the color, do your thing, bring out your play. You see, it's in our DNA. It's in the way we move and laugh, in the way we walk, in the way we rock, and how we just don't stop. You feel me? We add color to everything, to every day and every dish, with the different flavors that make life more exciting. We're the ones who add color to every moment. Fanta, color every moment.
Oga Greg, you want to buy cough medicine again? Why haven't you gone for a test like I advised?
Test? So that the hospital people will say I have COVID-19? No.
How about Oga Greg? Not all coughs mean you have COVID-19. COVID-19 cough and symptoms are different from other illnesses like tuberculosis.
Solomon, why don't you ever stay at your post? Why?
This your cough. You need to check Amo. When I had a bad cough, Madam told me to go for tuberculosis test. After the cough syrups didn't work, they discovered I had tuberculosis. After the free test, I was even treated for free. Now I'm fine.
Solomon is right. Oga Greg, check Amo. Make you dey sure. Because who no go, no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check Amo, make you dey sure. If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB tests and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 for information on where to get the test. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. See, finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly. Until one day, James discovered something big. He can finally say, our home, our football.
Get GoTV plus 1 month max subscription for only 6,900 naira. You fit enjoy your Bunga football leagues where day, plus better cup competitions this football season. GoTV, love it.
Blues will look to start the new season with a victory against former rival Patrick Vieira as he leads his London side, Crystal Palace, to Stamford Bridge. This Saturday, it's Chelsea versus Crystal Palace on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 2:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
On the wings of democracy comes conflicting issues in party politics. That's our focus on NTA Tuesday Live next week. Tuesday Live, every week at 10:30 p.m. Promises to be educative and incisive. Join us.
Thanks for joining us. There is no simmering animosity or ill feelings between the National Broadcasting Commission and the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, as both remain committed to sanitizing the broadcast industry from infractions capable of disrupting the peace of the country. This is contained in a statement by the Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission, Balaraba Shehu Ilela, in response to an online publication alleging that the Commission and the Ministry are heading for a showdown. The statement says there is no outer of truth in the allegation of ill feelings between the NBC, its board of management and its supervising ministry since the assumption of duty of the current Director General. Neither the NBC nor the Information Ministry at any time made any deposit into any private bank account since the inception of the Treasury single account, as operational accounts of departments, ministries and agencies are domiciled with the Central Bank of Nigeria. Adding that the Ministry of Information has never issued any verbal directives to the NBC. The statement emphasized the allegation that the digital switchover service providers have petitioned the NBC and the Ministry of Information is also the figment of the imagination of the online publishers. The statement added, as the NBC is not aware of any anti-graft agency raiding its office resulting from any petition by any digital switchover service provider. The statement says not a single financial transaction document of the Commission has been seized by any anti-graft agency as alleged by the publication. It therefore states the Commission's resolve not to be distracted, stating that the Director General Balaraba Shehu Ilela and the management team of the Commission will not renege from the core mandate, no matter the campaign of calumny. Now, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo wants a reform of the Nigerian civil service, and in order to achieve that, the federal government needs to do something bold and big that will make a difference, especially that of accommodation for civil servants. Vice President Osinbajo stated this when he received a brief on the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025, presented by the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi Esan. State House correspondent Jide Onifadi reports.
The meeting is a presidential-level briefing of the reform process of the Federal Civil Service, which has been on since 2017. The reform is being led by the steering and implementation committees, with membership drawn from the public and private sectors, with the engagement of development partners. After a presentation by the head of service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi Esan, and contributions by ministers and other participants at the meeting, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo noted that it is evident that perhaps for the first time in a long time, some very serious attention is being paid to all of the various issues in the civil service. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Esan, also presented a report on the implementation status of the Federal Civil Service Strategy Plan 2017 to 2021. Earlier in a presentation, head of the Civil Service, Yemi Esan, identified staff welfare, particularly remuneration and housing, as areas that require better focus and urgent intervention by the federal government. The head of Civil Service of the Federation would continue to lead the reform process as the 2021-2025 plan goes forward to the Federal Executive Council for approval. In the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
The First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, is rejoicing with Alhaji Muhammad Indimi and his family on the occasion of his 74th birthday. The First Lady described Alhaji Muhammad Indimi as a compassionate and exceptionally well-powered gentleman who is also willing to serve humanity. The humanitarian activities of Alhaji Indimi and his ambitious desire to make the world a better place. The First Lady notes that makes him one of the distinguished philanthropists of our time. The First Lady also added, and I quote, "I wish you good health and God's guidance in your future endeavor and your role as the bridge builder you have always been," end of quote. The drive of the federal government towards lifting millions of Nigerians out of poverty and creating millions of jobs is receiving a boost as academic institutions key into entrepreneurial skills development for students to be self-reliant and employers of labor after school. This was noted at the maiden exhibition of the locally made products by the final year students of the Department of Entrepreneurship Development, Nasarawa State University, KEFI. Suraj Abdullahi reports.
Idea of entrepreneurship is one of the major stimulants of economic growth and job creation. Nasarawa State University, KEFI, was first among the committee of universities to establish Entrepreneurship Development Department, not only on the premise of academic expansion, but also to add value to the nation's economic development by producing students with entrepreneurial skills. This called for the maiden exhibition of the students' made products organized by the Department of Entrepreneurship Development.
This is the first university that has an entrepreneurship center in this part of the country. So it tells you that the Nasarawa State University is leading.
We don't want students to, after graduation, to lack what to do. So after graduation, they are going to be self-reliant and they are going to be employers of labor themselves.
We teach students reality, and the reality is that they should go into practicals of different skills of their own choice.
The students noted that the skills acquired will not only make them self-reliant, but also employers of labor, as well as creators of wealth.
The Department of Entrepreneurship have to a large extent shaped the ideology and the orientation of the students to think differently.
To have a life after these studies.
The exhibition is an annual event. From KEFI, Suraj Abdullahi, NTA News.
With the commencement of the enumeration exercise for the school feeding program in Abia State, officials of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development have visited the state for monitoring. Steve Lonia Nwakolo reports that the team inspected schools in Umuahia North local government area.
Enumeration exercise of the National Homegrown School Feeding Program, which was flagged out on the 12th of July in Abia State, has commenced operations with inspection tours to schools to validate and assess the progress of the exercise in the 1,030 primary schools across the state.
The program is going on well. The state government is doing well. The federal government is doing the best.
This is the program that touches to the grassroots, where the children, the families have benefited a lot.
We are thanking the federal government and the state government the way they collaborate to make sure that this program is continuous.
Team lead from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Ngozi Chukwuka Ude, after visiting some of the schools, including Aheke and Oba Community Primary Schools, expressed satisfaction with the progress so far made. In Umuahia, Steve Lonai Mwaokolo, NTA News.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, can now effectively receive distress calls from disaster victims across the country and respond immediately through the upgraded call center of the agency. The Saudi Arabia King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center championed the upgraded facilities with a view to aiding immediate response to disasters by the agency. Ilyasu Ali Yakubu reports.
Items donated include upgraded computers, headsets, desk phones, printers, as well as training for call agents and supervisors, and payment for 2 years annual maintenance for the upgraded call center. Leader of the Saudi delegate, Nasir Mutlaq Al-Subayb said King Salman bin Abdulaziz of Saudi Arabia is concerned about the plight of Nigerians affected by the incessant disasters across the country, hence this initiative for quick response. He said the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will continue to render support to Nigerians who may be affected by disasters, conflicts and insurgency.
It is our resolve that the support by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will enhance, promote and effect response to emergencies and further strengthen bilateral cooperation between our two countries.
NEMA is now in a better position to render efficient and effective disaster preparedness. Mitigation and response in Nigeria thanks to the support of the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center.
In addition to this upgrade of facilities, the King Salman Humanitarian Aid has supported NEMA with capacity building projects and humanitarian aid to internally displaced persons impacted by crisis in Zamfara, Borno and Yobe State. In Abuja, Ilyasu Aliyakubu, NTA News.
We'll take a break now. When we return, more reports. Don't go away.
The Blues will look to start the new season with a victory against former rival Patrick Vieira as he leads his London side, Crystal Palace, to Stamford Bridge. This Saturday, it's Chelsea versus Crystal Palace on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 2:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
We've been trying our best to contain the situation, and in our operations we've been able to make a lot of recoveries. We've been able to also arrest suspects that are involved in this kind of activities, and we've been able to also recover particularly arms and ammunition from those who are carrying it unlawfully and disturbing the peace of the people. But generally, our morale in the Nigerian police is always guided by our commitment to do what we have sworn to do. Peace and security must be looked into as a priority by all. To look at security as the business of all of us.
This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
We are StarTimes, the most affordable digital pay TV platform with the widest signal coverage in Nigeria, dedicated to bringing the best TV entertainment around the world to your screen. From Hollywood to Bollywood to Nollywood, we offer the most affordable subscription. Enjoy over 75 channels for as low as 1,700 naira, like Nat Geo Wild, BBC, ESPN, and premium sports like Emirates FA Cup, La Liga, Bundesliga, wrestling. What's more exciting? We have the most flexible payment options in Nigeria. Don't dull. Join us now for an exciting journey. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Yeah, welcome back. And Tamara Ibu is right here with me with sports updates.
Thank you, Jummai. Welcome to Sports Update. The draws for the CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup held in Cairo, Egypt Friday. Nigeria Professional Football League champions Akwa United are drawn against Algerian side Chabab Ridhi of Belouizdad. Rivers United face Young Africans of Tanzania in the CAF Confederation Cup. Bayelsa United have Guinea's Ashanti Golden Boys to contend with, while Eyimba are drawn by in the preliminaries. First leg is scheduled for September 10 to 12, while second leg is fixed for 17 to 19 September. World Football Governing Body FIFA has stripped 8 African countries of home matches in next month's World Cup qualifiers for pitches unfit to host international matches. The countries include Burkina Faso, Central African Republic, Namibia, and Niger Republic. In golf, the duo of Godwin Okoko of the Vic Max Golf Club Otukpo and Iyene Essien of IBB International Golf and Country Club dominated the boys and girls categories of the 3-day IBB Golf and Country Club Junior Open Tournament in Abuja. 14 golf clubs from across the country with 130 players participated. Trophies and prizes were presented to winners. British-born Nigeria professional rugby player Maro Itoje says he's set to tell the untold story of the African child in the true perspective, using the game of rugby as a springboard. The four-time English Premiership title winner told the chairperson of Nigeria's in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, that he is delighted to associate with Nigerians through the commission. And that's sports update, just to let you know that Arsenal is losing their opening Premier League match 2-0 to Brentford. Jummai, you're on.
Indeed, Tamara, not good news for Arsenal. The remains of former Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Industries, Ahmed Joda, has been laid to rest at his family cemetery in Yola. Yusuf reports.
Joda, an administrator, a journalist and politician, died at the age of 91 at the Federal Medical Center Yola after a brief illness. Joda was among the finest public figures who have written their names in gold in the shows of Nigeria. The deceased was the chairman of the 18-member transition committee nominated by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015 to receive handover note from former President Goodluck Jonathan.
I've only had one father, so I can't really compare him. It's incomparable.
My late father was virtually a father to most Nigerians. The loss is quite universal.
He is one individual that during his lifetime, everyone has benefited.
We lost him. Africa lost a hero, and he's a man who worked tirelessly for the development and unity of this country.
Let Joda, survived by 4 children, many grandchildren, and siblings.
Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Aziz, Ya Ghafaru, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala mursalin walhamdulillah.
In Yola, Yusuf, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has paid tribute to pioneer civil servant, great statesman and patriot Alhaji Ahmed Joda, who died in his hometown Yola, Adamawa State. In a statement, the president highlighted the monumental contributions to Nigeria's unity and progress from birth of the nation until his death, saying that his lofty ideals will continue to motivate millions across the nation. The president noted that the late Super Permanent Secretary Joda and some of his colleagues in the 70s distinguished themselves as remarkable scholar, journalist, intellectual, public servant and farmer. He was the last surviving member of Governor Hassan Usman's northern Nigerian cabinet. He prayed to Allah to accept his good deeds and grant fortitude to those he left behind. Friday, August 13, 2021 will remain indelible in Nigeria's annals as one of its great sons passed on. The death of Ahmed Joda at 91 in Yola is much more than a great loss. Yusuf Usman tells us about this non-Nigerian who will for a long time be remembered as one of Nigeria's super federal permanent secretaries.
Well, so bad. I feel that the North has become a drag to the progress and development of the North. And I feel that we have no spokesman.
Ahmed Joda saying it as it is when he reflected on Nigeria in our personality profile program, Reflections. The non-Nigerian's frankness was plain and strong, as he never minced words in saying the truth, whether it mattered or not, a stand that drew him much closer to the corridors of power, even after retirement in 1978. Of note were his 2-time chairmanship of Nigeria's transition committees. A renowned journalist in the 50s, Ahmed Joda will be remembered as the reporter for the Queen's visit to Nigeria in 1952. Born in 1930, Ahmed Joda had his Islamic and Western education between 1934 and 1952, worked and rose to the rank of a permanent secretary in the Ministries of Information, Education and Industries in the 60s through the 70s. After retirement in 1978, he returned to his famous Benue Valley farms in Yola.
I guess every day of his life that he feels is an extra day, because at 90, he didn't expect to live this long. He just feels that every day he's praying. He has nothing to be afraid about because he could just not wake up from his sleep.
And so he slept and passed on Friday 13, August 2021, the fall of another boulder and the end of another era. Yusuf Nadabos.
And on that note, that ends the news tonight. Before we go, remember to step up, connect, be a star, and stand against rape and rapists. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.
The Buhari administration has recorded unprecedented